Now the first thing is how to figure out how to get her out of this pot. Welcome back. Today we are rehousing my Poecilotheria subfusca Lowland, and that's a mouthful, isn't it? Now, all I'm going to say is that is not what I was expecting. Before we get into the rehousing, I popped to the park to pick up some bark for her enclosure. So I'm going to take me with you, and we'll see that, and then we'll get into the rehousing. I've just gone down to the park in Bristol, which is Eastville Park. There's a lovely pond here, but I'm just actually wading through these stinger nettles to get some bark, which has been chopped up from one of the felling trees for my tarantulas. So this is a dedication. So if I fall into these stingers, I'm literally very happy. I think it sounds more like I'm in the jungle than Eastville Park. Got this and left load, so plenty still for all the little isopods that are living in it. So I hope you enjoyed that little trip with me to the park. Now here's all the bits I'm going to be using to set up the enclosure. Now I'm using a 30 by 30 by 45 large enclosure, as subfuscas get pretty big. Here's a little size chart just to show you, between tarantulas how big they get. Now these are the bits of bark I picked up at the park, and as you can see they're quite a nice shape. They were from felling trees, so they haven't been snapped off of anything. And we've got some compost in there. I've got this nice live plant. Don't ask me what it is, I'm afraid I haven't got a clue. I'm just hoping it will get enough light so it survives, but it's a bit of more cover for the subfusca so she can settle in quicker. Now this subfusca is an arboreal tarantula that comes from the tropical rainforest and central highlands of Sri Lanka. And here's a little map for you to see just where they come from. Yeah, they are a gorgeous species. So this is why I'm setting the enclosure up like this, and I've popped a water bowl up high for her, adding some sticks. Now the sticks are mainly just for, my eyes, so I got something nice to look at, but she will use them as well to climb on. I'm just adding in some moss now to help lock in some humidity. Now they like humidity ranges from about 70 to 80%, and the temperatures are between 20 and 26, but I popped it up on the screen for you to have a look at. Now we're just giving everything a good water and some leaf litter for a bit of decoration. And here's the finished setup. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now the first thing is how to figure out how to get her out of this pot. Okay, so now we're going to get her out of this tub, and I'm going to try and get her out on the wood to start with, because that'll be just a better way of doing it. She feels secure on that wood at the moment, so it won't stress her out, hopefully, too much. Just see, there she is in there now. It's beautiful patterning. But we'll see. I don't know about putting my hands in. I'm not quite as brave as Dave Fisher. So, oh, my face is in it then. I'm going to, picking it up with this ain't going to work probably, but we'll see. It depends how light this cork bark is. As if she moves and comes up, I'm just going to drop it because I don't want her on my hand, arm, anything. I don't know what I was thinking using these tweezers. Quite clearly they're not going to be strong enough to pick up the cork bark, but I soon realised that, so don't worry. This is not a good idea. No, it's not. It's slipping. Let's try these. So I don't know if you remember, these are the clamp sort of tweezers I bought from Temu, which I reviewed on my video, so go back and watch that if you haven't seen it, and they work fantastically well. Sorry about my creaky floorboards. This house is so old, it's falling apart really, but never mind. Here she is coming out now, out on the cork bark. Now I'm using tweezers, not my hand, because they are old world species. They do have medically significant venom. I've just got this little chart to show you, like, some of that venom can be quite nasty if you get a bite. Obviously if you're calm, then you're not likely to spook them out, but you still got to be careful. Just got to try and get her off the bark now. Just don't want her to turn around the other way. Really, and I don't want her running out this way, so I'm just going to pop her in a bit closer. Sorry girl, can you see her there? Put her in like that, so she's facing in. This is where that chicken's at. Isn't she absolutely stunning though? Now we're just going to try and get some close-ups in here of her now. David wasn't that keen on getting too close to her, but that's fine. They're my spiders, not his. Now we're just going to go in with the paintbrush and tickle the back of her legs, try and persuade her off this bark. As you can see, she's all hunkered down at the moment, pretending she's invisible. So we're just going to try and wake her up a little bit, but gently, without her bolting into action and flying across the room, because that's not what we want really. If you just have a look now, I've just popped up some of the traits for this species. Yeah, like they're fast, they're venom, and they can be defensive, but usually quite shy, as you'll see in this video now. So now she's just turning around to face the paintbrush, but she's decided to calmly walk under the cork bark and hide again. So what we need to do now is get her off the bark. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just shut this door and then try and coax her off of the bark with her underneath it. I might try and spin it over a minute. Let's see. Oh, she's short underneath, isn't she? What way is she facing? Let's have a look.
She's up down.
Is her bum this side? She might just turn back over. Okay, there she is. She's very pretty. I'll try and get a picture of her for a thumbnail actually in a minute. So while I'm farting about trying to get a good thumbnail for the video, we can have a really good look at her now, because this is a great close-up. Even with that little bit of water on the glass, you can see her really clearly. Look at those long legs. The subfusca is definitely leggier than the Metallica. My Metallica is very short and stout, which you will see actually. That's the next video we are doing on Tuesday, is rehousing the Metallica. So get your notification bells on for that one. But look at all that lovely setae on her legs and her abdomen, that reddish, like burnt orange. She's gorgeous. The creams and blacks are just all pop. She's a lovely spider. Really chuffed that I picked her up at BTS. Really, really chuffed. And now we're going to just go in from the top, have a really good look, and you can see those lovely eyes. And when we're zooming in here, she's so pretty. Okay, we're now just going back in with the paintbrush. I'm going to gently coax her off this wood. Let's just hope she behaves as well as she has been. I'm just tickling her legs. Now I should have been keeping constant contact even, but I didn't. So what I decided to do is actually pick the wood up and see if she'd walk off, because sometimes that actually works better. Sorry, just a bit of readjusting with the camera. And as you can see now, I'm just picking that wood up, and she is starting to walk off on her own, which is really handy really, because it just saves winding her up too much. And there she is, and there you go, easy peasy. For an old world arboreal that usually sprint away up and out, she was really chill. And as you can see now, she's gone right behind that cork bark, and we're just going to go around and get you a little close up again. She's beautiful. And I will do an update video on her once she's settled in, and hopefully I can find her a male. So if anyone has a mature male subfusca lowland, let me know in the comments, and I'd be interested to either loan or buy them off you, or we'll go 50-50. Let me know, that'd be great. So that's her all settled in her new enclosure. What do you think of her enclosure? Let me know in the comments. She was very, very calm for a Pokey, so that was very cool. What do you think of her? Do you like this species? What sort of Pokies do you keep? I really like spiders that are black with coloured accents. I just have I think they're lovely looking. But anyway, if you like the video, please go and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, and notification bell for future videos. And I'll see you next time.